peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country.
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bring your vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to another edition of Livewire. It's the 21st of October 2024. Morning to all the persons across the diaspora, morning to the persons across the 10 administrative regions. I trust everybody had a wonderful weekend. Everybody's rested and raring to go for a new week. Trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Morning to everybody in the comment section already. Thank you guys for being here. Vishnu Ramnarayan, Jack Ryan Edwards, Eunice Ragubir, morning to you and Rita. Suknandan Bud, morning to you, Niram Nukan. Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Pushram Kishore, morning to you. Imran Ali, good morning to you. Omar Sharif, Pam, morning to you and Trevor. Sierra Mosley, good morning to you. Jamila Kayum, Raji Miraj, Nadia, good morning. Asif Hamad, Betty Chris, morning to you. Leroy Mangal, good morning to you, my brother. Shakila Bridgedal, good morning to you. Narayan Singh, Naren Singh. Remember, one blade of grass means plenty grass cut. All right, brother. Violet Prasad, morning to you. Lola Hari. Shakila, I saw your sister message me, but I was unable to make the trip over the weekend. So I need to reschedule with them to get that started. So please let her know I've not forgotten, but circumstances. Right? Lola Hari, morning to you. Shayon Mendonza, good morning to you. Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Balwan Danraj Prasad Pati, Shakila Khan, good morning to you. Ion Bipat joining us from Barbados, good morning to you. Keith Adams, Carla Thomas, Chitra Sukraj, David Sobrian, good morning to you. Wazim Nabi, morning to you. Derek Drew Paul, who else we got here? Good. Special good morning to Mukesh Vishnudat and the entire family. I hope you guys are back to normal from the little natural disaster that you guys experienced there. I hope everything is back to normal by now. Krishna Deodak, morning to you. Bibi Kali Charan, Jasoda Budram, Data Nandalal, Estelle Ramnath, morning to you. Balram Bhagwan Singh, morning to you. Ramnarayan Singh, morning to you. Call Chicharelli, Sudhir Raghubir, Janan Suku, Miss Bob. Yago, trouble. Yeah, Deshaun. I literally just talking to Quincy on the phone. And I am like, imagine, you know what's funny, people? When you have something to remember in your mind, you're focusing on remembering it. And when the time comes to remember it, clean out your mind. So Deshaun, it wasn't until I saw the photos posted by the minister at around 2:30 this morning. And I'm like, wait, box my memory, the dates. When I look down at the bottom right hand of the screen, I'm seeing the 21st. So I'm like, I forgot. But nevertheless, I trust everybody had a good time and, celebrated the new addition to your family and the grand family of all of us. Okay. Richard Stanislaus, morning to you. Sherwin C. Ram, Henry Jagdio, Roger Fong Roger, morning to you. And King Emperor, morning to you as well. Christopher Prasad, morning to you. Jane from St. Martin, morning to you. Ricky Knott, morning. Norman Aziz. Gosh. Boy, who's this? Nirmala Allen, joining us from Barbados. Daniel Kochi, morning to you. Lisa Lisa Balaram Balak Ram. Lisa Balak Ram, morning to you. Maureen Razio, morning to you. My favorite person, Marisha Sami, morning to you. Dudnat Prasad, morning to you. Fawud Khan, Gil Eon, morning to you. Gloria Manwar, morning to you. Dale Henry, Anita Williams, morning to you as well. Rose, morning. Lash P, big up yourself, my brother. Morning to you. Sharmila Ramdio, good morning to you. Gayatri Baldio. Zoe, a shame. A shame, oh Lord, Zoe, a shame. Zoe, a shame. Right. A shame, a shame. Zoe, my apologies. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm embarrassed. Raj, morning to you as well. Ronald Jones, pick up yourself. Juice Man, good morning from China. Juice Man, Ram Narain, joining us from China. Pick up yourself, brother. Anyway, let's go into it. First of all, you guys saw me do a live over the weekend in the Mocha area. I got there late, right? I got there late. So a lot of the evidence that would have been displayed live, you guys didn't get to see, right? So I got a call from a resident in Mocha informing me that there were quite a few people allegedly being led by the member of parliament, Nima Flubes, in that area. Morning to former mayor and councillor Chase Green joining us on the live, right? Out at the area where I was, she brought these people here allegedly to displace the squatters who were there and allow them to take up the property or the land, to squat on the land that is there, right? Quite a few persons came out. When the squatters who were already there raised the alarm and started to call the media and that kind of thing and started to take footage, the people they decided to leave. Now, again, as I was talking to the persons in the area, I was confused because I wasn't aware that, house lots and those kind of things fall under these NDCs. They're able to do that. Nevertheless, the Ministry of Housing and Water, and I'm thinking also through the Central Housing and Planning Authority, and the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development would have issued statements each, right, making it clear that this activity is not one that was legal, right? I also noticed in the Ministry of Local Government's release, they too said that, they had issued, let me get the right thing because I can't see it from on the screen. I need to make it bigger for me to see here, right? They had issued a cease and desist order. Since when? That's the wrong one to open. Hold on there. Right? So the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Local Government on the 9th of September 2024, a cease and desist order was issued to all NDCs and RDCs explicitly prohibiting. So it wasn't anything unique to Mocha. It wasn't anything to stifle the Mocha NDC or stifle the people of Mocha or anything of the sort. But read the press releases from the two ministries, more so the one from the Ministry of Local Government, which states the ministry further advises that on the 9th of September 2024, a cease order was issued to all NDCs and RDCs explicitly prohibiting the rental, sale, or anything, lease, encumbrance, anything on lands that the government has controlling interest over. And it cited the sections of the law that, would speak to the ministry having the ability to, issue such an order. And the Ministry of Housing as well would have issued a release, right? Clarifying what is going on. And again, I don't understand how the NDC and allegedly the MP, Nima Flubes, could engage in this kind of activity. They do nothing to regularize these people during the time when they had the opportunity to do it legally and the power to do so. Omar, please don't remind me about that workout. My cardio is terrible. Right? So again, all these people here that they're trying to now bring to squat. So imagine the MP knows that squatting is illegal. There are people squatting there already. They need to get regularized or move or whatever it is. Now, because it seems like these people may be supporters of a political group or whatever it is, she is coming in with other people to displace the squatters. She bringing more squatters to squat. So she putting the squatters off the land and bringing her squatters to squat there. Then when the government ready to develop the land, you can hear Makodians getting displaced, his ancestral land. Oh, look what the government doing and the livelihoods and all kind of thing. I was told by the persons in Mocha, the same young lady who was removed from where the road was going to be built, the Heroes Highway, the one who was rolling up in the mud. But a lot of you will remember the photo and the video. The one who was rolling up in the mud and behaving terrible. She was one of the persons who went there at 6 Field Mocha to take up land and squat. Now, I'm reminding y'all that everybody who was removed from the Hero Highway section where they were when it was being built was offered land, house lot thing. Right? I saw Nima Flubes and Hypocrite McDonald do a video about how the people in comfortable and the people in this yet and they in there, and they show a house that ain't got a fence or something like that. Right? Listen to me. Y'all listen to me. Be reasonable. You were living in complete illegality. You didn't have any rights to any land. You had no title. You had no... If you had a fence on the Mocha Dam that you used to live on, it was an illegal fence. You understand me? So if the government puts you in a house, give you title for that house, title or transport or whatever. Oh shit, bill of fence, the man. Bill of fence, the man. You had no fence. You were stealing electricity, stealing water, contaminating the water supply for others who are paying for potable water. Because every time they break the main, they're contaminating the water supply. Every time they break the main, they are contaminating the water supply. Every time they hook up something else to the GPL post, GPL under more pressure than they under already. So the power ship that they're complaining about that not doing enough. You understand? When they cater for how much ever megawatts or gigawatts or whatever, however they term the watts, they're claiming for 10, they say, okay, we need 10 more. They bring the ship to bring 10 more. but you got people jumping on the line. So instead of 10, it's 13 or 14 it actually need. Because we ain't taking into account the people who illegally taking power. So now you're in a place of legality. You got your transport, you could go to the bank, you could get nice internet service home by you properly. Do you understand me? Because you're actually in a scheme and it regularized and thing. You got access road, you don't got walking over no big bushy trench with snake and alligator and all kind of thing in there that could jump out you think. You walk across there at night when the rain falling and some wire insecure good, you get electrocuted and you're complaining about offense. Offense. All the money that you and that is what I'm saying too. Think about it, people. Think about it. These persons were given a house lot and compensation for what they had. So how the hell you were able to put up your own fence? How are you not able to put up your own fence? Even if you want to say the government give you one of the houses and it wasn't completed, right? I'm absolutely sure all the houses that were given out, at least 80% complete. You can't finish the rest. You hop the line for thousands of Guyanese who waiting on them house lots that the government has got to push back to give to squatters because you're moving them out to the illegal way. You're moving them from where they ain't supposed to be here. And you can't leave them on the road. So you jump the line ahead of people who being waiting on house lot. Right? You are squatting, so you are doing something wrong, is illegal. You get compensated for your structure that you got there. You get a lot, you get a house on it. You ain't gonna put no effort into getting nothing, you gonna help do nothing. Come on, man. Y'all are ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. And Nima flew best if they got people there already. How you bringing more people to squat when they don't got squatters there? How are you bringing people now to squat? Since when you working at the Ministry of Housing or Ministry of Local Government or Lands and Survey Commission? Since when? Look how much people come out here to do what? Somebody's alleging that the black pickup is horse. This black pickup right here. Somebody alleged that this is the MP's pickup. You understand? The people say, and as I was to show y'all a long time ago, she doesn't even care about employing young Maconians. Her black making business is completely Venezuelan. Majority of Venezuelan persons. And I was told she has them living, allegedly has them living in squalor. I'm paying them next to nothing because she doesn't want to pay young Maconians to do the work or pay them the right wage. You understand? Don't want to pay them the right wage. So her block making exercise hardly has persons from the village working in it. So Nima, I hope you know what you're doing. Anybody that you pay NDC for land, go with your receipt and collect back your money. I'm hoping you had sense enough to collect a receipt. Go and collect back your money. Do not take setup from the NDC. 2015 to 2020, the mocker NDC in decide to clear land for no commercial purposes, for nothing. Nothing. Now they're ready to clear commercial land. Look, again, the Ministry of Housing and the Ministry of Housing and Water, Central Housing and Planning Authority, and the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development have asked persons to cease and desist. If you have bought land there, you're engaged in an illegal transaction. The government, these ministries, will not recognize these transactions. Don't let the chairman fool you. I had a video with the chairman, but I don't know why it's not allowing me to to download it here for you guys to have a hear of what he's actually telling the people on the ground. Let me try one more time. Uh, I'll get it off for you and upload it to Facebook. But you hear the chairman? He's a land specialist now. He's a land specialist, right? These people are struggle. Now, I saw something else that really, I want to say it hurt me because I try my best to not let have these things affect me, you know. So I am thinking, Lance, morning to you, brother. I am thinking that Guyana prospering, whether it's PVP or PNC in government, should be good for all Guyanese, you know. Having persons seeing Guyana as a place to come and invest and uplift should be good for all Guyanese. So when I saw this, I don't know what to call it. Village Voice had it as a paid promotion, right? Imagine there are people out there, Guyanese, who are willing to paint Guyana in such a light to drive away persons or drive away countries or other governments from wanting to work with and help build Guyana. Could you imagine? Now, if you were looking in a objective manner at making Guyana better or chiding the government on its plans and initiatives to say, well, hey, you could do better. Here's a solution, or here's a idea of how to make things better, right? I could understand. But when you have no suggestions or no alternatives to what the government is doing, when you just out of office with a horrible track record, whether it's infrastructure, the economy, healthcare, education, horrible track record, could be part of or allow an entity like the Village Voice to post things like these and not rebuff them, right? Now, my main issue with this is it is listed as promotional content, right? This is on the Village Voice page as promotional content. Now, these 12 reasons why Guyana remains a risky investment destination presents a misleading picture that fails to recognize the substantial progress the country has made in recent years. The claims of runaway inflation, rampant corruption, political instability, and other factors that allegedly make Guyana a risky investment destination are not supported by evidence. In reality, Guyana has emerged as one of the most attractive investment destinations in the Caribbean and South America due to its strong economic fundamentals, policy reform, and unprecedented growth prospects driven by the oil and gas sector. Now, give me a moment to look into some of these points in this paid promotional piece of content from him. I go to say Livewire from Village Voice. He won't get this nonsense from Livewire. Now, let's first deal with the misleading claims of runaway inflation. The assertion of runaway inflation is unfounded, as the current inflation rate in Guyana stands at approximately 3.4%, well below the level seen in many emerging economies. The government has implemented policies to stabilize prices and curb inflationary pressures, including measures to ensure food and energy price stability. Inflation is being actively managed through fiscal and monetary policies aimed at mitigating price volatility, particularly in essential commodities. The ad goes on to talk about property prices, right? Now, I am saying these property prices reflecting growth, not instability. The claim of skyrocketing property prices must be understood in the context of rapid economic expansion. The surge in real estate value is indicative of increased demand driven by economic growth, new infrastructure development, and a thriving oil sector, rather than a sign of economic instability. Rising property prices are common in rapidly growing economies and reflects investor confidence and expanding middle class, the I should say the wealth of the expanding wealth of the middle class rather than a deterrent investment. Now, let's look at institutional efficiency and strengthening, because you remember to talk about institutional dysfunction. So, contrary to the assertion of institutional dysfunction, the government of Guyana has been actively working to strengthen institutional capacity and improve governance. The implementation of reforms across various sectors, including public financial management, anti corruption measures, public service delivery, these things are enhancing transparency and efficiency. Recent efforts to digitize government services and streamline business registration and licensing processes also demonstrates a commitment to reducing the bureaucratic inefficiencies. You understand? Now, while corruption remains a global challenge, but the opposition will make you believe that corruption is only something you'll find under a PVPC administration, right? There's no other corruption in the world. All the other governments function like well-oiled machines. All other government projects in every single country get finished on time, on budget, and to the highest standard that nothing ever goes wrong. You understand me? So while this remains a global problem, Guyana has made significant strides in improving the anti-corruption mechanisms. The establishment of regulatory bodies as the Natural Resource Fund and the strengthening of the Anti-Corruption Commission underscores the government's commitment to good governance. The Procurement Commission has been revitalized to ensure fair and transparent contracting processes, while audits and public disclosures on major projects continue to promote accountability. So we do remember a time where you had to ring people arm to get the information. And then when you find out, one person didn't know, then 2 weeks later, the person thinks somebody get them a handout or a gift or something. Then another 3 weeks later, somebody tell you to take it and use it to do something else. Then you got people carrying unsolicited bids to the cabinet. You had people using their ministry to pay the personal business. And these are the people who coming to talk about corruption. Y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't be serious. Now, there was talk of a precarious social climate. But I am here to say to you today that social stability prevails despite the challenges. Right? social stability prevails despite the challenges. So claims about a precarious social climate could be deemed as an exaggerated situation. While social challenges exist, the government has taken proactive steps to foster national unity and address ethnic concerns through inclusive policies and community engagement programs. Initiatives aimed at economic empowerment, particularly for Afro, Guyanese, and indigenous communities, are part of a broader effort to ensure that all citizens benefit from the national wealth. Right? Now, there was talk of low public sector wage. Now, this issue is being addressed through ongoing wage increases and adjustments to the national minimum wage. The PPPC administration has already made significant wage increases across the public sector, including teachers, healthcare workers, and other essential service providers. The government is committed to continuous wage reviews to ensure the public sector compensation aligns with the economic growth of the country. Even Coretta McDonald, I played it on this show a couple of times. Even Coretta McDonald has admitted teachers got more under the PVP. Teachers got more under the PVP. You understand? There was an assertion about underskilled workforce. Now, this assertion does not take into account the numerous educational reforms and training programs the government has launched. Massive investments are being made in technical and vocational education, higher education, and training initiatives aligned with the needs of the growing oil sector and other industries. The Gold Scholarship Program and partnerships with international institutions are part of efforts to upskill the population and meet the demands of a modern economy. Free UG, free technical training from the technical institutes, free Guyana School of Agriculture, free Carnegie, Nigi, or whichever one it is, free debt write-off for students, debt write-off for students. The the opposition, the current opposition, didn't even voomps in this direction. At no point in time, it make no effort in that direction. If you remember clearly, persons who are at UG, like Nicole husband, who working at Wartzilla, who vex he's not the head engineer. You understand me? 35% in fees and tuition and fees. 35% increase. 35% increase. That was encouraging people to upskill themselves. And these people want to talk about education and workforce. What workforce that had the Guyana entire workforce was on stand down 2015 to 2020. People didn't get to work. Then COVID hit, was a whole other story. They didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know what to do with it. Right? This. Sorry. So there was also talk about political instability. Now, could you imagine? Could you imagine where the political instability comes from? Where the political instabilities come from? When people can't get it, when they decide to broke up, F up and done. So, I mean, this ad, besides the picture it paints about Guyana, right? I think Village Voice really need to really reassess what they're taking money to post. Really and truly. Reassess we are taking money to post. The all morning to you. Anybody see In the Ring last night? Is last night? Or probably the last episode. Sherrod Duncan going crazy. Sherrod going crazy. Dominic Gaskin got Sherrod Duncan going nuts. So you remember Dominic Gaskin said last week, you think the coalition don't lose the election. If you hear how Sherrod views last night, woo! If you hear how Sherrod views last night, Sherrod wants to know what he contributed to the coalition. What was his contribution as a minister? Right? Sherrod admitted that basically coalition government didn't do nothing. And it was probably having people like him there. That was Sherrod's thing. Look, y'all don't get Sherrod vex. Don't get Sherrod vex. My boy could have bust a blood vessel last night. Anyway, let me move on to this worries here. Now, Ganesh, I don't know what to say about this guy, but Ganesh here again with this credibility, the voters listen, integrity, elections, and the sad part about it, this is coming from the people or the camp that is the usual suspect. When you hear rigging of elections, automatically your mind is run to them. Like, oh, PNC. Right? Automatically. Now, I want to remind persons that despite what Ganesh Mahipal and persons in the PNC say, despite all the nonsense that they talk daily about this voters list and this and that and all this other stuff, the Guyana Elections Commission is an independent body mandated to maintain and update the voters list. Not the government of Guyana. Right? Not the government of Guyana, the Guyana Elections Commission. The Guyana Elections Commission. That's their job. Now, GCOM regularly conducts continuous registration exercises to ensure that the voters list is accurate and up to date. GCOM also performs exercises to ensure the voters list is accurate and up to date, and there's also a rigorous verification process, including cross-referencing with other national databases to ensure that deceased individuals and ineligible voters are removed from the list. The claim of a bloated list is misleading, as GCOM has mechanisms to regularly update and clean the voters list. These processes include public scrutiny exercises. So as I explained to Gray when he called the other day, I'm explaining to you now, Ganesh, right? Public scrutiny exercises. So if Courdel Jones dead, people in the community know Courdel Jones dead. So when the claims and objections period is there, the people in the community gonna see, well, hey, look, Mr. GCOM man, Courdel Jones named that he is still this man dead, I think a year ago or 6 months ago or whatever it is. And a process is kicked in to verify. You understand? Or the people family bring the death certificate, or GCOM gets death certificates from the Guyana GPO. GRO, not GPO, right? This house-to-house registration drives. There's the claims and objections period, where citizens can verify information or object to names on the list. There is no evidence suggesting that these measures have failed to maintain the integrity of the electoral list. Now, while the presence of overseas Guyanese on the voters list is sometimes cited as an issue, it is essential to note that persons being listed as voters does not equate to being able to vote if they are not physically present in Guyana on elections day. Right? GCOM system requires in-person voting with strict identification protocols, which prevent unauthorized voting by non-residents. People, this nonsense that the PNC is pushing is beyond stupid. It is beyond stupid. You who looking at me here have national ID cards. Think about it. You, let me say, everybody here is over 18 looking at me right now and would have voted already. You yourself know when you go into the line on elections day, the people in that line are people from your community. Now, there may be cases where some people move to another community, but they're still on the voters list. But the fact is, what I'm saying to you is, it is always people you know in that line. Put that aside, right? Let me say, you might not know everybody. So you're claiming that somebody has somebody else's ID card who is overseas. They find you find somebody who looks 99% like them, right? You have to take into consideration that the person who is impersonating this person as overseas most likely voting at the same polling place. So you're trying to tell me the polling agent ain't gonna recognize this person come back 2 times? All right, so let me say, fine, it's not the same polling place. They go into another polling place and vote. So again, you have to find somebody who looks exactly like the person on this card. You understand me? That the PNC scrutineer agree, well, okay, this look like the person on the card. The PVP scrutineer agree. The GCOM team kind of got the presiding officer and the deputy and this body and the body inside there agree that all of this works together for this person to vote. And this got happen at multiple polling stations to be effective. You can't just go on by one vote. So you have to have multiple people looking exactly like the person who they represented on the ID card. You understand? The people who they're representing, they have to know where those people are voting and go and vote there and run past all the checks and balances on the election day. It don't make no sense to me. Garnish my Paul high. Garnish my Paul high. Right? So again, persons overseas can be on the list. They have to be here to vote. They got no overseas voting like America. I know of a gentleman here who voted, I think, a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago for the elections in the States. And he could have mailed in his ballot from till here. That don't happen here. Right? That kind of system is a system that the Russians could have. Not our pen and paper system, pencil and paper. You don't hack pencil and paper. Right? You don't hack pencil and paper. Right? So again, GCOM systems require in-person voting with strict identification protocols to prevent unauthorized voting by non-residents. Now, Guyana's electoral laws are designed to ensure that only eligible voters can cast ballots. These laws include stringent identification requirements, such as the presentation of a national ID card on election day to confirm a voter's eligibility and prevent electoral fraud. Now, mind you, aside from, okay, let's say somebody create a national ID card, right? Each of those persons that I told you about, PNC scrutineer, PVP scrutineer, other party scrutineer, GCOM staff, the police, but the police is on the outside. But the polling station staff all have a folio with the ID card information for the persons who are able to vote at that polling station. So if you create the ID card, one, you gotta look like the person on the ID card, and the information on the ID card has to match the folio information that the polling day staff have. Right? So again, stringent systems in place. Stringent systems in place. Now, the argument that the voters list is inflated has been used repeatedly by political actors to cast doubt on elections results, especially when they do not favor a certain party. Such claims often lack substantive evidence and undermines the public's confidence in the electoral process without addressing the actual safeguards that are in place. In a democracy, it is crucial to balance accessibility to electoral process, well, accessibility to the electoral process with scrutiny, right? The goal should be to ensure that all eligible citizens have the right to vote, rather than pursuing measures that could disenfranchise legitimate voters under the pretext of cleaning up the voters list. Many democracies face challenges with maintaining completely flawless voters lists. However, the existence of discrepancies does not automatically render an election non-credible. Elections are validated by the presence of robust safeguards, including independent oversight, transparent procedures, and legal recourse for addressing grievances. Instead of using the rhetoric to cast doubt on the electoral process, political actors should collaborate with GCOM to strengthen the existing systems. This includes supporting public education and registration processes and advocating for reform that enhances transparency and actively participating in electoral observation to ensure fair elections. So again, Ganesh, unless all the people you were talking about, all those observers in the last election, and I use the broad when I say observers, let me small in the bracket, small it up a little bit. All them peer observers that you guys had, right? That you're now claiming, well, get by out. That turn on y'all in 2020. Not that they turn on y'all. That was the vote of the people. That was the vote of the people. Nobody didn't turn on you. And what does that say about you when almost, according to y'all, all your observers take P? Right? When you're trying to say all your observers take P, what does that say about you and your party in your operation? So let's ease up with this voters listing. Probably I should join RB Norton in the field, or probably sit at a round table and actually come up with a plan on how you might be able to make Guyana better. But given all the work that's been done already, that I think might be a hard task. A hard task. I saw part of a video this morning. Nigel Hughes, the song so nice when he talk. Nigel Hughes was saying something about after I have a 15-year what foreign affairs plan and a 15-year this plan and a 15-year that plan, and I'm like, oh gosh, that's all you hear. We need a plan. We need a plan. But for them to actually come up and tell you what the plan is, you usually hear that they share the plan with the people in the diaspora when they go on these overseas visits. oh, we shared our economic plan to move the country forward with this body and the body. And I'm like, y'all for real? Are y'all for real? My God, like trouble. Anyway, guys, all I can tell y'all, come next year, I honestly believe that we will see an increase in voting for the government, given all the initiatives that have been rolled out. Persons are benefiting way more when you look at the amount of new. Oh gosh, listen, this is why you see Sally Jones. You see Sally Jones. This is my last point I will make on this voters list nonsense. Thank you, Sally Jones. Let's listen to this quickly from the horse's mouth. Sally Jones always on point. Sally Jones, I gotta find you and get you a Livewire jersey. You are always on point. Always shooting straight. Listen to this. And somebody tag Ganesh. Please tag Ganesh Mahipal in this to me, please. Please tag Ganesh Mahipal in this.
No, the issue, this concept, and you're right, it has to be a rumor that you can vote at more than one location. Well, I don't know. The reality is for you to vote at a polling station.
Please, for those who may not know, the person who is speaking here is the former chief elections officer, right? Before he was recently engaged in his disgraceful behavior. The Indian gentleman sitting next to him, that's the former chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission. And if anybody knows the procedure, it's these two. Let me listen to them.
You have to be listed to vote there. In that polling station, our presiding officer and the party agents will have a list that is specific to that polling station.
What just tell ya? Same thing I just tell ya.
So So when you come into the polling station, my list says that there's Keith Lowenfield to vote. Keith Lowenfield is announced, the agents for their respective parties.
Not announced in a WhatsApp message. Keith Lowenfield! They call out so people could hear. You understand?
He say, yeah, Keith Lowenfield, and they draw a line across Lowenfield's name, and then you go through the process and collect the ballot. And this time around, we showing the ballot to the agents that is stamped general and regional, and you go into your booth and you vote. Now, if you go to another polling station, then Keith Lowenfield would not be there. So you're not even having access to polling station 2 or 3, or you say many times.
You hear what the man saying? Ganesh, you hear what the man saying?
There is no accessibility because your name is not there. Even if you impersonate, you are Lowenfield, your Vaseline has worked and you've removed the ink. When you go there, say you go there in another name, but you don't have an ID card, then the folio that the chairman has referenced comes into play, where our staff, GCOMPO and APO, they have all the folio for all the persons listed at that specific polling station. So you come, somebody give you a name, you know Troy in the corner. So you come to say, I'm Troy Johnson, and you don't have an ID card. You have to pass through the process of probably having the features of Troy, and our presiding officer will be asking you, since you don't have an ID card, as the chairman mentioned earlier, what's the name? And your date of birth is, and your mother middle name is.
Okay.
So the questions we have for you.
So, you understand what I'm trying to show you? the person impersonating this voter who is overseas or deceased would have to have all of this information. And in my scenario, they actually come in with the person ID card. You understand me? Much as if you come without it. Right? Much as if you come without it.
We're coming to impersonate some Troy. So I think we need to put to rest the concept that a man could leave polling station in Commingsburg and go across to Alberta or Queenstown and hop around. It's just not possible.
Okay. Right? So despite what Ganesh despite all the foolishness that PNC take time to get graphics editors to edit and put out there, Ganesh, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. If it was possible, y'all would get through with the rigging in the 2015, the 2020 rigging. You'd have gotten through with that, but it was not possible. It was not possible. Right? Just let me check this last one for y'all. So let me check this last one. Right, Ganesh? So please, don't forget, brother. Don't forget. The Elections Commission already have systems in place to ensure that the list is credible and only eligible people can vote. Right? So in case Ganesh didn't understand the former GCOM commissioner, let me try this gentleman here to give an explanation of what Ganesh is trying to tell me happening in the country based on the list that we got. Right? Here, Ganesh. Listen, Ganesh. Listen, people.
I want you to hear my answer. You got to find 5,000 people, each of whom goes back to do this 4 times. Now, they're not going back to the same place of poll because these accusations by APNU all over the country. So if you vote in LBI the first time, you might go to Sophia to vote the second time. You might go to Tocqueville the third time, and you might go reach till into Mary the fourth time. Each time going home to change and put on your makeup and get your ID card. Don't mix up your ID card. You gotta make sure you got direct 5,000 people. If PPP accomplished that, when you have APNU agents in the place, PPP agents in the place, GCOM agents in the place, and every time wipe off the finger, clean and go back and do it again 4 times and 5.
You didn't even talk about the ink, the indelible ink. I didn't even mention the ink. People, what's wrong with Ganesh?
5,000 people accomplished this. 5,000 people accomplished this 4 times in one day without a whisper. So that the next day, Patterson, King David, Kemraj, Basil, all of them say we had a good fair election. The international observers say we had a good election. Me, who went and voted and saw it peacefully done, say we had a good election. If PPP pulled that off, vote PPP. Because they're really, really good. They get my vote if they pull that off.
Right? Bro, this just cracked me up every time. This just cracked me up every time. Because indeed, if it is that you're saying the government was able to do all of that, according to your Ghanaian team, get them in. Y'all, they deserve it. Get them in. Give it to them. Because, jeez. Right? Jeez. Could you imagine? And like I tell y'all, it think it makes sense for one person to get this thing done. You got to get this done on a mass level. According to Timothy Jonas, at least 5,000 people. got accomplished this at varying polling stations, right? And nobody in notice. Nobody. Guyana's a small country. You need to tell me nobody. Said, wait, Courdel doing voting into Mary. Courdel don't live in. You never see Courdel living into Mary. What are you doing voting here at the Mary polling station? Let me go and tell the scrutineer. Let me go and tell the police. This man don't live into Mary. I never see his name on the voters. This what he do vote. You need to tell me the people in the community, you know the building community, whether you live there before or you move out. They must know who been there, who ain't been there. They must know. You understand? So you hear from the former Guyana Elections Commission CEO. You hear from an established lawyer in the country. An established lawyer in the country. I don't look, man. People, at the end of the day, the Guyana Election Commission is ensuring that eligible persons can vote. They're ensuring that we have a credible voters list. And despite all the things that you're hearing from the PNC, they will never substantiate it with any sort of evidence to the claims that they're making. Ever. Ever. It will always be, oh, this happening, but we can't show you or let you know how it happening. Right? We can't show you or right? They can't show you what is happening. The only evidence they can come to you is with stuff like this. Right?
To put grease on their fingers and then easily remove the ink. Let us live in the real world. Political parties that
they should have charged you for wearing the mask wrong, man.
rig elections, ink is not a problem.
At least we're hearing it from Aubrey Moe. Political parties who are accustomed to rigging elections, ink is not a problem.
That rig elections.
Who is the political party accustomed to rigging elections in Guyana? Or which political party could say rigging elections and their name just go hand in hand? Y'all tell me. Tell me, man.
Ink is not a problem. I invite you to put grease on your hand, put on the ink, and then go and get a little bleach and tell me if you will see the ink.
Now, my thing is this. That means they've been trying it. This means they've been trying it. Right? And here's something, people. When you know who vote here, know. When you go in there and you dip your finger, the people just make sure and check to see that your finger did good. If you got grease on your finger, it gonna be bubbly, it gonna show well it grease. It gonna show. They gonna call the police, they gonna lock you up because you do the posture with this. You know, look, y'all have a good day. Please don't listen to Ganesh. Aubrey Norton is grease he's talking about. He's talking from an experience point of view because he knows that is what his party used to engage in. You understand? To rig elections in the past. But we're past that, Aubrey. We're past that. And I think a lot of Guyanese are past you. You understand? A lot of Guyanese are past you and the past actions of your coalition, your PNC, and even your AFC. Nobody has time for that anymore. Guys, y'all go there, have a great day, be productive, Guyanese. Make sure that you take note of all these opportunities happening around you, whether it's for business or upgrading yourself or benefiting from some sort of training or whatever it is. Just ensure that you're in the know and ensure that you can benefit as a Guyanese. Right? Y'all look out for the 100,000. It's coming soon. It's coming. Just listen to information coming from the government. Not from any place else and them kind of thing. Government. DPI, you can check Guyana Chronicle, check Livewire News or the established news sites. in relation to the grant. A lot of people asking about when soon. That's all I say. That's all I know. Soon. I don't have a date, right? Trouble. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our